What's required to break out of the matrix and into alignment? Watch this video. Everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please click the little subscribe button, the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Candace Dell. I've been working as a spiritual mentor and coach for the last 12 years. I have many online courses. I have the Truth Room monthly membership. And now we're reopening the Patreon. So if you guys love these videos and you want a deeper dive with assignments and aligned action steps, join Patreon. If you want my personal wisdom on the issue that you're having and you want some guidance personally, Patreon, it's just a different level. So please check all that out. Now, let's dive into this. This has been a lifelong exploration for me of understanding from a young age that I am not a conventional girl, but I do have pretty traditional values. And that was really weird to navigate in the world where I remember one of the first books I picked up in high school was The Road Less Traveled. And I was like, that's me. I just knew it. The system was not for me. I didn't really like a lot of the ways things were being done. I didn't like the conditioning that I myself found really early on in the modeling industry. Like, you have to be all these things to be this or that. I was like, what? Why are we putting all these people in boxes? And why are we finding our worth in externals? One of the reasons we buy into the matrix is because we still don't have a proper, accurate mirror of our own identity. So we look to see if we're measuring up. So one of the required courses in spiritual law, really, to break out of the matrix is to really start to self-validate. See, here's the thing that people don't realize they're in the loop from. And I'm going to share with you, you guys know I'm writing my book right now, I'm finishing it. And I've been going deep into my journey and the years of certain aspects of the teachings in my journey. And one of the things I wanted to share with you guys is when I was, you guys know if you've watched a lot of my videos, when I was 16 years old on my 16th birthday, I had an out-of-body experience, which now we know is the spiritual awakening. And so much about that in the book. But I found the truth of who I was. I won't go into the whole experience now. You can just Google on YouTube, spiritual awakening, and my name, and the videos will probably pop up. But one thing that happens to a lot of highly sensitive kids or spiritual or emotionally sensitive children and teens and young adults is we wake up early and we find ourselves awakened in a world that is sleeping. We feel like nobody can help me with the depth of the level of this experience of identity I'm having, and you start to blame yourself for losing yourself. What I want to share, that did happen to me, and what I want to share is that initial burst of knowing my true self was never fully anchored, or it wouldn't have left. And so all of you who are busy blaming yourself for not believing in yourself enough or not being able to keep it can't possibly be your fault. You had it, but you never anchored it. It was always predicated on external measures, external evidence to continue to anchor. So if you continue to live just by having the validation of things that were happening in your life or not happening in your life, then you're just going to be codependent to your circumstances. And you guys know I talk about this a lot. That's what happened to me. I was freaking codependent on my circumstances, even though I was searching long and wide to find God to help me anchor. But I started finding God in false idols, like opinions, right? And popularity in high school and the success of my modeling career. And like when I was working a lot, I was so confident. When I wasn't, I'd fall into doubt. And that roller coaster of like this unstable sense of self. And in writing this chapter, I really recognized that me breaking out of the matrix was really when I went back to school to become a spiritual coach and studied spiritual psychology. And that was because I had to strip away any and all of these band-aids that kept me feeling enough, to really see that my natural, authentic self was way more than I ever really expected in the way of being enough. But we have to let go of our identity being based on societal structures that will always say you're not measuring up, whether you look in this magazine or on this TV show or across the street or on your freaking highlight reels on Instagram. Because people, and this is coming out a lot, by the way, I'm going to do a separate video on the freaking coaching industry, but people are buying into what they're seeing because people aren't always telling you the truth. And then you're measuring yourself again. And what I feel so lucky about is not only do I have the inside scoop into the fashion and entertainment world, because I lived in Hollywood for 20 years, but I also have the inside scoop of what's really going on with a lot of coaches. You think this is the reality? No, it's not. I love the fact that I get to have a career where I can just be totally real and authentic. Not everybody's like that, and you'll be able to tell. You'll be able to feel into it when you really get in touch with your own instincts. And so really breaking out of the matrix means not buying into the shit you're seeing that you think is reality. If it's not reality for you, it's probably not for them unless they've mastered something, right? Everybody has bad days, good days. Everyone has challenges and struggles, no matter how far along you are on the healing path. It's just how you relate to the issue is different, and how you relate to yourself is different. You no longer give away your identity or fall into self-doubt because of conditions and circumstance. No, you become unconditional with yourself. But you can't become unconditional for yourself if you are still dependent on false idols, like societal measures and ideals. Do you know how many clients I have that come to me that are highly successful clients and super unhappy because they did it the societal way so they could band-aid and feel enough. But internally, they're not really feeling enough because when that job is gone or when they're doing the right thing, they're still not feeling fulfilled, empowered, free, inspired, alive, happy. So instead of measuring ourselves on the beauty ideals, the financial ideals, the measuring up, I have to fit in. Do you know how many people that fit in have sold their soul? A lot. Okay? A lot of people. I just made this carousel that I'm going to put on Instagram later this week about normalizing not needing to fit in when the people that you think you need to fit in with have already compromised their authenticity and their integrity. Normalizing not wanting to have children because you'd rather work on your inner child and help other people heal that. Normalizing feeling anxiety when you're about to speak into a bigger truth. That's normal, right? There's so many things that the matrix has told us is wrong because it's not a measure in society. To break out of the matrix means you have to break out of the societal conditioning. You can still fit into society if you want. You can still be very successful in the world. Do you guys think that my career is traditional? It's not. But it's amazing. I work from home every day, all day. I build tons of courses online. I see amazing clients with deep connections all day. Or I take a month off. It's like you can have your own schedule when you know that your work works because you've done it. Embodiment is the biggest key to breaking out of the matrix and being very successful. You have to embody what you're teaching. A lot of people will come to me and they're like, I want to be a coach. I'm like, why would you be a coach of that? You have not mastered that and you're not even being honest about that. I only teach the things that I have tested true and true in my own life and thousands of other people's lives. So the doubt goes away when you've literally lived the experience that you're helping other people through and healed, right? That's the embodiment. If you have an idea of something and you're having doubt about it because it doesn't fit here, it doesn't fit there, great. Ask yourself to live that idea. Take the aligned action steps to what you think you want to be or do or feel or have, and then have the wisdom of the experience behind it. Clarity, wisdom, success, authenticity can all be found outside of the matrix times 100, but you have to actually live it by stop buying into false idols, stop needing everyone's opinion. Everyone will have a different opinion. What is your heart saying? Go with that. Candace, I don't know what my heart's saying. Is that my trauma or my truth? How does it feel? It feels scary. Why is it scary? Is it connected to not being enough? Is it connected to it's exciting? Why? Let's do a deeper dive. So breaking out of the matrix and aligning with your truth is how you ultimately have the life that you were born to live. You can't have the life you were born to live when you abandon parts of your authentic self because of trauma to fit into the matrix. I had 12 years of deep healing back to the truth of who I was, to no longer need life to show people that or prove to people, but instead be the proof that being authentic is the way. Before my healing journey, I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the spiritual path and the societal path. I still wanted to be, enough in society, but what I noticed is that pull was pulling me away from the truth of my spiritual identity. Many, many years ago, I created videos about the ideal versus the real. When you can start to value your real, authentic emotions where they are, not when they're healed, but where they are today, which is what brings you to healing, over what you think you should be. If you're a people pleaser, you're living in the matrix. When you people please, you are absolutely compromising the truth. You are absolutely taking yourself away from your empowerment, and you are absolutely taking your power away from your voice and your truth. Stop pleasing others to belong or to be liked or to feel enough. Start really focusing on pleasing the harmony within me of what feels good, what's good for me, over these ideals that may take me away from me. If you want more on this, comment below. Please check out Patreon. I will be posting a bunch of stuff there for you guys soon. If you want an even deeper dive, you want to see me every single week in my group in Truth Room, join that, level 2. Also, last thing I have for you is April 9th, I start my 8-week inner work. It is a deep dive, 3 to 5 max. 3 to 5 people max. I like to give everybody a lot of time to work through their process with me. The reason groups are amazing is because you can have this natural observance of somebody else's experience that's pretty identical to yours. And instead of having this fog of emotion and trauma, you're seeing it with clarity because it's not you. This is why these groups are so profound. All the links are below. Please share this video with at least one person you think it could help. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.